Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first official webinar as a State Executive Council dedicated for your first time at SLC. We are truly excited to have you with us learning everything about SLC. So today we're going to tell you a little bit about who we are, schedule events at SLC so you have a good calendar, what happens at these events, things we need from you, and then we'll open the floor to any questions you guys have. So my name's Adam Farhat. I'm the state president for this year. Joining me is the Executive Vice President Riley Condon, the Secretary Treasurer Maki Asani, and the Parliamentarian Tina Tran. So I just want to give a little bit of overview of the main events. So the conference kicks off Thursday with the Thursday night activity with the State Executive Council. On Friday, there's the opening session. Then on Saturdays is a really busy day. We have the State Executive Council's workshop as well as other legacy launchers, a campaign rally, the dinner session, and our Saturday night activity, movie night. And then we conclude it on Sunday with the award session. So, starting with the first of our other events, we have the Legacy Launchers. These are workshops with guest speakers that we want to highlight to teach you guys something about leadership, about business-related skills, maybe finances. And these occur on Friday and Saturday. And there are 3 time slots available each day. So on Friday and Saturday, there are each 3 time slots. The next is the State Executive Council Workshop, which Makit will elaborate on.
Our workshop will take place on Saturday, and it's called Mission Impossible. So this workshop is designed to be an interactive workshop, and we're emphasizing skills such as communication and teamwork because we think those skills are necessary to work on a team like ours or in other professional settings. So delegates will split into teams, and you'll participate in 2 really fun team challenges. One of them is a little preview in the picture, and we hope to, engage in skills such as understanding other viewpoints, keeping an open mind in high pressure situations. So we hope you'll join us. It'll be really fun, and we will hope to see you all there.
So next, I also want to let you guys know about the opportunity for professional headshots at the conference. So there are many different times to get a headshot. So please rewatch this presentation if you want one and figure out the times for yourself. Next, we also have the open events. I understand most of you guys know these from regionals, but now they're a little bit more competitive now that they're at states. Anyone can participate, even delegates. They occur Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The last students are admitted at 1 p.m., so please be there. And this is an excellent opportunity to qualify for nationals. And then finally, we wrap this up with the college fair, which is Friday and Saturday. On Friday, it starts at 10 a.m. and at Saturday starts at 9. And includes many colleges. Some of the highlights include the Ross School of Business as well as the MSU School of Business. So Makit will also be talking about the downtown activities as well, hotel amenities in Grand Rapids.
So Grand Rapids is a very lively downtown. Both Grand Rapids and the hotel have lots of activities and dining options for you all. One of the best new additions that they have is called Woodrow's Duck Pin, which is inside the hotel. It's a small bowling alley located right inside the hotel on the Pantland side. There is, sometimes a wait. So we really suggest going in there, putting your name on a list if you want to bowl with some friends. They also have a connected taco restaurant, so it's a really nice place to hang out. Other dining options include a Starbucks inside the hotel. There's also restaurants such as Ruth Chris's Steakhouse and Wolfgang Puck Kitchen Counter. In downtown, there's lots of options. Some of these restaurants are also connected by a skybridge structure, such as Panera. There's a Bigby's, a Kilwins, other local restaurants such as Korean barbecue, or lots of cafes. There's Uccello's, which is an Italian restaurant. So there's many different options depending on, meals or what you're looking for. There's also a convenience store in the hotel as well with many options for snacks. There's also the Gerald R. Ford Museum, which is a short walk from the hotel, which is something to visit in your free time as well.
So next, I'll be talking about our Thursday night activity. So on Thursday of States, we will be participating in a Thursday night activity. Your state executive council, us, will be hosting that. And we highly suggest that you come down. Our name for this event is BPA Olympics. And again, this will be Thursday night at 8 p.m. in the Ambassador East Ballroom. And what this is all about is it's a really exciting event that we put on, and it's an activity and opportunity for everyone to get to know each other better and interact. And our BPA Olympics this year will include many different games. So it will be a series of different mini games, including things like hot potato, musical chairs, red light, green light, and many more. So again, you can come down for just a few games that you're interested in, or we highly suggest you stay down the whole time. And there will be winners for each of our games, as well as an overall winner for a chapter who has the most winners in their chapter.
So next session is the opening session. This is the thing you've all been waiting for, the official kickoff for the 50th anniversary and our first conference in 2 years, or in-person conference in 2 years. So this truly is the place to get hyped. It starts with the parade of presidents. Everyone's running in with their signs. There's lights, there's balloons. It's just really pumped up. Next, you'll have the official kickoff with the speeches from the state executive council candidates as well as us with some announcements about the conference and just general things. And then you'll have the chapter awards. So if you nominate your advisor for Advisor of the Year, or if your chapter participates in the membership recruitment award, this is where it would get announced. And then after this, we also have the campaign rally. This is mainly focused for delegates, but we also encourage many members to come visit the campaign rally. This is where you'll meet the future leaders of Michigan BPA. All candidates for the State Executive Council will be there with booths and have some sort of presentation or handout for you. Now, the first 30 minutes are reserved for the delegates. However, normal members can come in after that.
Next up is our dinner session. So this is a very exciting evening, and the State Executive Council, we have picked a very enjoyable meal for all of you, as well as a dessert that you'll enjoy. And during this dinner session, the next State Executive Council will be elected, and there will be many other awards and different things announced throughout this session.
We're really excited for our Saturday night activity. This year, we're going to have a movie night and we're going to watch Encanto. And as well, there will be some karaoke, so you can sing along with your friends. There will be some hangout areas. And as well, there'll also be some food carts like popcorn to watch with your movie. We're really excited to have this. It will start at 9:30, which is after the dinner session, and it'll go to 11:30. We really want you guys to expand on meeting people, having some fun, kicking back and relaxing at the end of the day. So we really hope you guys enjoy this.
Then,
And
go ahead, Mookie.
And next is our award session, which is right on Sunday, right in the morning. And this is the one everyone looks forward to. So Riley, you can elaborate on that.
Yes, so our award session is on Sunday, and it begins at 9 a.m. And this is a very exciting day because we all get to gather again, and there will be some like closing remarks, and everyone will get to hear who placed in each event.
So next is the additional information that we just want you guys to have. This is specific. We want you guys to remember to make your signs for Parade of Presidents, and at SLC be on the lookout for QR codes. And this ties into our new communication strategies. So obviously, you guys know about the Michigan BPA website. That's where you can find most of the information that you'll need. But we're also going to have a mobile app coming out, and we're also going to have a text messaging app. So throughout the hotel, there will be QR codes, and if you scan them, it will automatically load you up to text the number, states 50. And then when you're able to do that, you'll now be enrolled in our messaging service. So whenever important events are happening, or if we really want you guys to know something, we can reach you directly from your phone. And of course, there also is the mobile app, which more information will come out in a little bit.
Here are some other things that we want you guys to participate in. So we are, as a state executive council, trying to make a balloon video as part of celebrating our 50th anniversary. So we asked some representatives from each chapter to create a video where they are passing a balloon from the left side of their screen to the right side of the screen. So for example, if this was my balloon, I would pass it, I would just take a short video clip of passing from the left side of the video to the right side of the video. I'm not sure if that was the right side. We really encourage each chapter to make a chapter sign that, to represent your chapter in the video, and we'll be putting that all together and showing that at the opening session. So we really hope that you guys can participate. It will not take that much time, and we hope it'll be really fun. Other things are come to the activities. So come to the workshops. This is a really good way to, make the best out of your time here in Grand Rapids. We have our game night as well on Thursday, the BPA Olympics, the Saturday night activity. So we hope you guys can make some time to really reach across, meet some new people from different schools in a culture of the business professionals of America. And we hope that you guys can connect over a common interest. And that is one of the main goals of our conference. And, have fun. That's always the number one priority. There is so much to do in Grand Rapids. So we really hope, do some research on what you can do, what we're offering as well for you to do, some interactive activities, and just be prepared to have fun.
So guys, we want to thank you for making time to come here tonight, and we would just like to open the floor to any questions you guys might have.
Awesome. So I'll go ahead and bring this first question up. Are we allowed to wear tennis shoes during BPA Olympics? Do you want to address dress code for BPA Olympics and the Thursday night activity? Adam, I'll let you, or any other officer.
Okay, so the dress code for the Thursday night activity, yes, you are allowed to wear tennis shoes and just wear business casual attire with that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We did get another question about dress code, and I'll just bring up this one because I think it's a good summary of everything. If you have a question about dress code and our dress code policy, it can be found on michiganbpa.org, especially under the State Leadership Conference tab, and then within that page, there's another tab that says documents. So I highly recommend that you check out that link prior to coming to the conference. Share that around with your chapter and everything like that. It does cover everything, including piercing. So to the best of my knowledge, our dress code states that only traditional earpiece piercings are allowed, which means no piercing of eyebrows, lips, tongues, noses, chins, etc. are allowed. So again, definitely recommend checking it out. Traditional ear piercing is approved, or ear piercing rather, is approved for ladies, no more than 2 earrings per ear, and gentlemen, no more than 1 earring per ear. So again, really, really recommend that you check out the dress code before coming to the conference, just to make sure you don't lose any points, because if you are competing, you will lose the deduction. And if you don't meet our dress code policy, you won't be allowed into the activities as well. So it's really crucial that you take a moment to check out that dress code policy. I really can't state more than that. Taking a look at our chat here, when is opening session again? I'm going to throw this one over to Riley. Riley, you having technical glitches? Okay, let's throw it to Adam then.
So the opening session is going to be on Friday, so the day after you guys arrive.
Perfect. Awesome. Next question that we have is a little bit talking about the dance slash movie. We are not having a dance this year. However, we're super excited to be showing a Disney movie in Kanto. Again, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're hoping everyone will be able to stop by and have some great fun together. Again, we don't expect that it's going to be absolutely quiet in like a movie theater setting. We know that the movie is there for everyone to enjoy, but we certainly understand that you'll probably get chatting with a lot of your other fellow members. And of course, we'll absolutely allow that. So as Adam said, and as the team has said, we're super excited for this event this year. It should be a lot of fun for everyone. I'm waiting on the dress code policy question to be addressed. And then Adam, I know you have something that you're going to mention as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that the pool at the Amway Grand is currently under renovation, as well as the racquetball courts in there. So the only gym amenity available is the actual gym itself. They have treadmills, they have weightlifting machines, but you can't go for a swim.
Perfect. And Curtis asks a good question. What movie will be shown? Makit, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, so we are showing in Kanto, and there will be some karaoke in there as well, and the dress code will be business casual.
Perfect. Thank you so much for letting us know that. Next question here. We normally don't give any details about this, but officers, just give us like a high level, not even what's on the menu, but when you got to do your tasting and you picked out your items, what were some of the emotions, I guess, you were having as you ate that food?
It was a great meal. I'm very looking forward to it.
Yes, I always look forward to it. Again, we kind of keep it a surprise for everybody, but we're sure you'll enjoy it. It is our 50th anniversary after all, so we want to make sure you all have a good meal. And of course, we're back in person, which is very exciting too. In terms of, somebody asked a question about deductions on the dress code policy. So it is a 10% deduction to my knowledge, and staff, let me know if it's incorrect. But I believe it's a 10% deduction. Thank you. If you don't meet the dress code policy, and again, we can't allow you into different sessions if you're not meeting that dress code policy. If you do have further questions, I know there's a lot going on in the chat about the dress code policy. Definitely reach out to your advisor first and have them explain the dress code policy to you. And then, of course, if you have additional questions from there, have the advisor reach out to either another advisor or to one of the BPA staff members that's on the website, and we can further address any issues that come up. Mr. Henderson, our state director, wanted us to mention that the dessert is a one-of-a-kind dessert that the State Executive Council created. So again, we can't share much more than that. And the other thing that was mentioned, and I think this is important too, is for that dinner, you do get salad, the full dinner, and dessert as well. So you'll definitely be enjoying yourselves during that dinner. You will not go hungry during that session. That is for sure. This is a great question. More information on the bowling alley. I know you guys got to check it out. Officers, who wants Riley, if you're able to unmute, again, if you're not having tech issues, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I can take this one. So we did actually go to the bowling alley and try it out. And basically what it is there's like little bowling lanes. So it's almost like a miniature bowling that you can participate in. And they have the screens and everything. So it's really nicely set up in there. And that's kind of off to the side. And then there's a bunch of seating in there. There's an area to get drinks. And then, like Adam mentioned, there is a little like taco restaurant connected. So I know they have about like 5 different types of tacos, I think. And then you can also get some like snack type things there, like chips and salsa. So it's definitely a really fun place to hang out, and we highly suggest that you at least check it out. And then also, like Adam mentioned, it can get pretty crowded in there, and there are limited bowling alleys. So definitely, if you want to check that out, I do that towards the beginning of the conference so you can get in.
Awesome. Thank you so much for answering that one. Next question is a little bit about transportation. So Michigan BPA does not provide transportation for your arrival or departure. So most schools get their own bus, get their own vehicles to drive in. That's the typical mode to get to the actual location in Grand Rapids. Once you're here, Michigan BPA does not provide transportation except if you're in a computer-based event. So if you're in fundamental word processing or one where in regionals where a computer would typically be provided to you, or if it's really a computer based event where you have to absolutely sit in front of a computer and type documents, or do Excel or anything like that, we will provide transportation to that location. Other than that, we do not provide transportation. The great part about Grand Rapids is that there's plenty of places that you can easily walk to if your chapter allows you to go outside of the hotel. The other thing with the hotel is it's a large hotel. There, as they said in the presentation, there are opportunities and plenty of restaurants for you to be able to check out. And we, of course, also encourage all of you to download Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, the delivery apps, get some pizza from Papa John's, whatever it might be. Those are all accessible to you as well. If you do check out the michiganbpa.org website and you go under State Leadership Conference, and then within that, there's again that little lineup, click on Documents again. They do have a system, and I'm blanking on the name right now, but if your chapter does allow you to go out into the city, there is a shuttle. You do have to pay for it though, and it runs at a time schedule. So again, feel free to check that out, and of course, ask your advisor if you have any questions on that. But really great question there. This is another really good question, and I might have to ask, oh, I just got the answer. Are projectors provided for events? They are not provided for any event. So this is something, if you're going to require one, you will need to bring one. I have seen chapters, if they can't provide a projector, they'll put a monitor in their car, in their bus on the way, and they'll take that into the event. That is an option that, of course, you can make work as well. And the name of that shuttle, by the way, if you want to get around that you have to pay for, again, we do not provide it. It's called Dash. And again, it's on the michiganbpa.org website if you want to check it out. Scrolling through here, I'm trying to see if I missed any big questions. I don't think we missed a ton of them. Yep, I don't see anything else. Oh, great question here. Are calculators provided for events? Mr. Henderson, remind me if I'm wrong, but to my best knowledge, they are not provided. So if you do want to have a calculator and your event allows a calculator, be sure to check the workplace skills assessment guidelines. If your event can have a calculator, you need to provide it on your own. And there are, of course, calculator guidelines that you'll need to check too. To that point, make sure to read the Workplace Skills Assessment Program to make sure you bring writing utensils, pencils, pens, anything you might need to write. We do not provide them. We just simply do not have enough to hand them out all day long. So remember your pencils, remember your pens. A lot of students will just bring similar stuff to that they have in their backpack at school. So plan to bring those types of items as well. So great question there. Is there a fee for the bowling? Yes, there is. I don't know what it is. Oh, Adam.
It's $30 per hour per lane, and you can fit up to 6 people per lane. So if you have all 6 people, it would be $5 per person per hour.
Great. All right. A few other questions are coming in. What calculators are allowed for open events? To my knowledge, it is just a normal, check the Workplace Skills Assessment Program guidelines. Again, there's really a bunch of them. So be sure to check it out. It's called the NLC Calculator Guidelines. So you can check that out. Again, it's on the BPA website. Ask your advisor. And if you need any assistance finding any of that, of course, let us know, and we're happy to help as best as we can. Is there a job and career fair this year? Riley, do you want to chime in about that?
Yes, there is. So, Adam, like Adam mentioned earlier, Just like our legacy launchers, it'll be throughout the day. So you can stop by, and if you have been to an in-person States before, I know it's been a while, so possibly not, but it'll be a similar layout to before, where you can just stop by, ask your questions, and yeah, kind of at your own leisure, you can stop by when you need.
And I believe that will be going on Friday and Saturday, right outside of the area where we have our legacy launcher workshops. So as you're waiting for those events to start, it's a great opportunity to check out all of the great colleges and career paths that you can go down. Great question. This is an interesting one. Officers, I would love to get your take, and then I'm happy to chime in too. How much extra money would you recommend bringing for extra activities?
I would say it depends on how much research you do beforehand. Like if you know for sure, like, hey, I want to go bowling, plus I want to go to XYZ in Grand Rapids, it's gonna cost this much. Just bring that much plus of course like a little bit of a buffer for tips or any other expenses. Should I include like estimated meal costs? Yeah, so about like I would say $15 a meal. If you do have like I believe Hilton card for the Amway Grand, you can get free breakfast passes. I believe even on like the most base card. So if you or your parents have one of those credit cards, I'd recommend bringing it so you can get the free breakfast passes.
Perfect. And to that point, like Adam mentioned, it really depends on what you want to do. So try to plan ahead, talk with your chapter, talk with your friends, talk with your advisors, of course. That's super duper crucial. See what you're allowed to. Are you allowed to leave the hotel, or are you just allowed to stay within the hotel premises? What are you kind of able to do? And that gives you a great estimation. I'll be honest, in my experience, of course, I'm old now, but back in the day, there's so much that goes on at this conference that honestly, you'll be so tired out that I know I brought like all kinds of money thinking I was going to go out and really, really explore the city and go out there. But as it turns out, you're just so tired. You're doing your events, you're going to the workshops, the college fair, you're checking out the movie this year. There's so much that's happening that you don't realize how much you're doing that it really wears you down. So again, consider that as well. Know that there is plenty of free things going on. And then the other thing I'll add is with meals. Again, remember, you are in a city within Michigan. Grand Rapids is considered a city, and there's skyscrapers and everything around you. So it might not be as affordable as walking down to a local grocery store or a local convenience store where you can easily grab stuff. The price is just a little bit more expensive. So just keep that in mind when you're planning things too. Will you post this live on the channel? Yep. As soon as we click the end broadcast button, this will be fully available for you. So please share it with other members. Please share it with your chapter. We just want to make sure everybody is all set there. This is a question I'll hand over to one of the officers, if you could take it. How many regions are competing in BPA?
We have 9 regions competing at states this year.
Awesome. Alrighty. Next question. Are we allowed to wear casual clothes to go bowling, or is it business casual while we are out and about doing things? Officers, feel free to chime in, but to my knowledge, you absolutely are, I guess I don't know. Mr. Henderson, Monique, can you chat in our chat? So you can confirm this, unless officers, do you know?
The bowling alley is still within the Amway Grand, so I believe it still should be business casual just because it's within the hotel. But if you go outside the hotel, as far as I know, I don't think there's a requirement on dress code outside of the main conference hotels. But Mr. Anderson or Monique, could you please confirm?
Yep, he just put in business casual for shopping, eating, free time, and the SLC Thursday evening event. Yep, and you do not need special shoes for bowling, so know that as well. We did get a few other questions. If I can click back. This is a great question. If we are staying at the Courtyard Marriott, should we first stop at the Amway to pick up t-shirts and other materials? Your advisor and one other individual to assist, that can be a chaperone or a student, should check in for registration, for BPA registration in the Amway Grand Plaza. If they have questions on that process, I would refer them to the session that they had a couple of nights ago to review that. But yes, they should absolutely stop by the Amway Grand to check in for BPA. They can check in at the Courtyard Marriott as well, but that'll be for hotel keys and more of the hotel side of things. Great question there. This is another good question. How far in advance can bowling be reserved? Officers, I don't know if you have any insight there.
Yeah, so you can reserve that. I mean, you can go as soon as they open. I know on the weekdays, I believe they open actually at 4 p.m. They go 4 p.m. to 12 midnight. So you can go as soon as they open and put your name on a list. The problem with that is they don't do actual reservations. They just put your name on the list and they go down the list. So I would say if you go around 6 or 7, which is around the time we did, it might be about a 2-hour to 3-hour wait. You kind of have to time it out that way. Just look at the occupancy. Another thing that I wanted to add, just like some suggestions of what to bring that I think people might forget. I highly, highly suggest, even to all my chapter members, to bring some sort of string bag or backpack. When you're going to your event, you don't want to be carrying your event guidelines or your laptop, pencils in your hands. The hotel is quite large, so you will be walking some distance. So you definitely want to bring a string bag, something like that. Definitely, if you are allowed to go outside, bring a hat and gloves. It can get cold at night. That is something that I didn't bring the first night, and I think I would have been 10 times more comfortable, especially if, it's a city, so they do have the electric scooters. If you're 18 and you want to go on them, bring those gloves. Other things would just be maybe bring an extra shirt for your suit, because those could get sweaty, and just bring the right amount of toiletries.
Absolutely. And to that point, I know somebody mentioned it too in the chat. There is a curfew. So on Thursday and Friday, that curfew is at 11 p.m. You 100% need to be in your room, in your assigned room at that time. That is a very strict deadline. We are very, very strict about that. Your advisors are strict about that. And we do have security on the premises and, of course, our hotel staff who do monitor that. So you really need to follow it. It's 11 p.m. on Friday or Thursday and Friday, and then it's midnight on Saturday. So keep that in mind, and trust me, stick to the curfew, otherwise you will 100% exhausted the next day, especially on Saturday with that early morning session. Our open events also at the hotel. Officers, do you want to remind folks where open events are, if you remember off the top of your head? Otherwise, I can chime in too.
Open events are in the DeVos Convention Center, if I'm not wrong, and that's actually connected to the hotel via Skybridge. So you don't even need to walk outside. You can walk outside as well, but you can also go to the Skybridge on the second floor, and it is a short walk to the convention center.
Yep, absolutely. And again, make sure to bring your pencils for that event. That is super duper important. And they are held in DeVos Place. And it's in the exact same area that our general sessions are in. So you'll see what it's like on Friday, but we adjust the way it looks a little bit, just obviously for the event. So really good, great question. And again, all of you who are registered for the conference can take as many of those open events as you'd like. So check them out. Again, fill up your day with something to do, and something that you could win on. And if you do well, you are eligible. Questions about chapters staying in the same hotel. So we do have, the reason we have 2 hotels is because we book up a lot of the one hotel. So there's a certain number of rooms that we're capped at. As soon as we hit that amount, then we have to put a few chapters in the other hotel, but they are all pretty easily connected. So you're able to walk. You don't have to walk outside or like take a shuttle to another hotel. You can easily walk back and forth. It's very, very easy. Question here. Yes, this is a great question. Thank you for mentioning it because I would not have remembered it. The open events at our conference are paper and pencil. Reason being is that we just do not have the ability to have laptops and tablets secure and available at all times. So we do the more paper method. So it is done on paper and pencil, which is why it's so crucial and so important that you bring that pencil with you, and also make sure you you know your participant ID. That'll be really important as well. Any other questions in the chat that anybody has? Final call here before we wrap up for the night. This is important to mention too. When you arrive on site, you will be given a name badge and a wristband. You need to have your name badge and your wristband at all times. The wristband is really important in case something happens. We need to be able to know that you are 100% a BPA member. I know I keep saying 100% a lot. I'm just very excited. But and then your name badge, it's going to have a unique identifier on there, unique QR code, and you have to have that to get into any sessions, into any rooms, into any of the activities going on during the conference. And that also includes wearing a mask. So we are following a super strict COVID-19 policy. Your advisor has something for you or your parents to sign for you. So make sure you ask them about that. You do have to wear that face mask at all times. If you have questions about that, feel free to ask your advisor, and they can check a recording and several emails that they've received about that policy. We just, at this point, we want to be very strict, and we're so excited to be back. We didn't want anything to happen at the event, and that's why we have that procedure in place. So name badge, wristband, and mask at all times. We did have a few other ones. Pencils are not supplied at opens. We do not supply those. You do have to bring your pencil. Same thing with a calculator. You do need to bring that if you're going to utilize those for open events. But again, I encourage you to check the Workplace Skills Assessment Program, as it outlines all of those supplies that you can and cannot bring. This is a question that I'm hoping the officers can help me with, because they've changed systems a few times on me. Is the participant ID the same as the BPA ID?
John, I believe Josie is referring to the unique ID you were talking about, but generally, if it's asking for a username, it should be the participant ID. But in terms of the unique BPA ID that John was talking about with the QR codes and the name badges, I'm not too sure.
Yep, the name badge ones will be different than these. So participant IDs, your advisors should have access to and know what yours is. Great question. Next question here. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to here. If you could clarify, that would be helpful for us. I'm just not quite sure what you're asking will be provided. Are there specific pencil types required? This is another question that I would refer you. I think it is number 2 pencil, but I would ask that you check the Workplace Skills Assessment Program, as it should outline the type of pencil that you can use. But I think most are number 2. I always recommend number 2. Basically, it's whatever has worked for you with a Scantron in the past. Talking about breakfast at the hotel, there are breakfast options available at a lot of the facilities. If you are a breakfast person, there is a Starbucks that's on site as well to get your morning coffee and some of those snacks there. When I used to attend the conference as a student, I always, when I got breakfast, either ordered out. There's a Panera Bread that's connected to the hotel through a skywalk that you're able to go to. That's an option. And of course, DoorDash can deliver, McDonald's breakfast and things like that too. So there's lots of options. Know that when you get there, there's going to be plenty of options. So you're not going to go hungry. You just have to be resourceful and find those ways to eat. So great question. Next one, is the schedule for states listed somewhere so we can remember? So yes, the general tentative schedule of events is listed on the michiganbpa.org website. So definitely recommend you check it out there. Again, as we've been saying, all of this is under the state conference tab. And then if you click on documents on that page, you'll see all of the documents for our state conference. The other thing is you can log in, and so can your advisor, to see your schedule. So again, some of these questions are all about asking your advisor for more information and help you along in that process. And again, they should have received plenty of emails and plenty of information. So I'd recommend you ask them specifically. They should be able to get you that schedule. Great question. I don't see anything else. I still don't know if this individual is still on the call, but I'm not sure what you're referencing. We'll wait a few more seconds and then we will likely have to hop. A few other things I would recommend for you. One is to follow our social media accounts. So we've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So definitely recommend you add us on those platforms. It's at Michigan BPA for, I believe, all of them. So definitely do that. The other thing I'll mention to you too is called Guidebook. I know we had mentioned it a little bit more. Your advisor within the next week before the conference will receive an email that'll have information about how to download this app called Guidebook. And within Guidebook, it's going to be our full digital program. So the full schedule of events, where are the legacy launchers, the maps. There's actually a scavenger hunt that we have built in there. So that'll be a fun opportunity for you and your chapter to explore the hotel on Thursday and get a chance to figure out some fun little riddles while you're in Grand Rapids. There will also be a really cool link, and I don't even know if the officers know this yet. There's actually going to be a link in there for an Instagram filter, a face filter, and then also for Snapchat, there will be a face filter as well. So definitely recommend you check those out and share your experience with fellow students who might not be attending. And again, don't forget to sign up for the texting service and use those QR codes to sign up as well. And again, I'll bring, maybe not. I was going to bring this back up with questions, but I can take it back. We are here to still answer your questions, and we can stay on for a few more minutes if you do have any of those questions that come up. Officers, in the meantime, how about each of you share one piece of advice as we head into the State Leadership Conference? Let's start with Adam, then we'll go to Riley, and then we'll go to McKee.
Honestly, the best piece of advice I could have gotten was I probably stayed up a little bit too late before one of my events, so I would actually recommend sleeping early, because I know the curfew is 11 p.m., but be honest with yourself, you're probably not going to go to sleep because you're away with a bunch of your friends. But try as hard as you can to get some sleep or get some caffeine in the morning. That's my best recommendation.
My advice would probably be just to have fun. Definitely, one of the things that I love about States is that you also have a lot of downtime. So definitely like being ready for your event and like having fun with that is always great. And then just all the downtime you have can be very exciting, because I definitely encourage you to do all the different activities that we have, like our Thursday night activity, the legacy launchers, and just the college fair, and just so many other things. So definitely just put yourself out there and be willing to try those new things, because those activities can be super beneficial and you can meet a lot of fun new people as well.
My piece of advice, I actually have two. One would be do your research beforehand. Maybe research some food options that you're really into before, just so you're not doing that last minute and you're not struggling to get any food or find something to do. And then another thing I would say is don't be afraid to introduce yourself to other people. I know it could be nerve-wracking at first, but meeting new people is honestly one of the best parts, both as being a state executive council member and when I was a delegate at these conferences. So, say hi, ask what school they're from. It's a great conversation starter. What did you compete in? And hopefully you guys will make some new friends.
That is all great advice, officers. Again, I would echo everything that the officers said. And the biggest thing for me, even as a Michigan BPA alumni, we all get back together for this conference. I am so excited, unbelievably excited to be back in person with all of you, get a chance to meet some of you and interact with you. I know the officers are just as thrilled as I am to be with you for the conference. We are back in person. That is a great thing. And it's our 50th anniversary. We are celebrating a lot this year. So enjoy every second of it, right? You are one of the few lucky attendees in the 50 years of Michigan BPA who can say that they're attending our 50th anniversary. That is something that we're going to look back in our 100th anniversary and look at pictures, and all of you are going to be all in your little suits and all dressed up and everything. We're excited for that. So enjoy the 50th anniversary of the conference. Enjoy being back together with business professionals of America and students just like yourself from across the great state. With that, Adam, I will turn it over to you for some final words and comments.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just echoing what John said. We're all super excited to have you guys for our 50th anniversary anniversary conference. Right here on the slide is just some contact info for any one of us. You guys feel free to email any one of these emails, and you guys will get a response with the answer to your question, hopefully, or it'll get forwarded to someone who knows. So once again, thank you guys for coming here, and goodbye.
Follow our Instagram at Michigan BPA. They will